James Bay is so underrated.
Am I the only one who keeps sending snaps to Ariana even though I know she doesn't
You
receive
have a
them?
text message.
Happy birthday, Shorty! You are now legal to have a belieber birthday sex with all 17 plus million of us.
Little Liam boy pain is the cutest.
No
Don't even
offense,
fucking deny
but
it.
if you're not even a fan of 5 Seconds of Summer, why would you want to meet
Justin
them?
Bieber's
Like,
much
it
bigger than
doesn't
Kurt
make
I've said this
sense.
about a
So
lot
shut
of pop
up.
songs,
Did
but
Kurt
Shaq
Cobain
and
ever have the
Why
biggest
not?
fan base on
CJ
Twitter?
hands down,
No.
the
You
best
have a
pop
text
song
message.
ever made.
Okay, so I went to the store, Safeway, and I got a One Direction magazine. So I hung up all of these posters on my wall, and I call it my Wall of Fame. So yeah. Sorry, don't freak out on me, and I know you're gonna say, you barely have any Niall, you barely have any Zayn, you barely have any Liam. But I actually do, but they're just on the backs because, yeah.
I think, part of teenagers getting obsessed with someone in a band is really about wanting to be a part of a group and identifying with the other girls who are obsessed with whoever it is. So, when I was a teenager, there were maybe 2 or 3 magazines you could buy about boy bands. Maybe there was 1 or 2 programs on TV that I could watch, and that was it. I didn't have any other access, and so, if you want to think of it in terms of addiction or, how drugs or how being in love affects our neurochemistry, there just weren't many opportunities for those chemicals to start flowing. Now, anytime the girls go online, they can get new information about the celebrity they're obsessed with, and that's kind of like a little hit of the drug.
In the late 1970s, a band emerged who would change the face of British music. A band like none other before them, Joy Division, slowly but surely crept their way into the post-punk scene of Manchester. Different, not just in their original sound, but original character for the lead singer. Deeply fascinated with German history, particularly the Third Reich, Ian Curtis would use fascist imagery and even the band's own name, the name used for prostitution wings of Nazi concentration camps, to artistically express his own despair at the horrors of mankind. The neo-Nazi scene at the time, however, misinterpreted this as a sympathetic nod towards Hitler's policy, marking an important historical account of people aligning themselves with individuals of a certain status with whom they believe to share values, becoming fans of music they may have otherwise ignored, for the lone reason of their own prejudice and brutality seeming somehow justified. This account may have been an influence for the 21st century wave of fan idolization, an obsession we now see in the digital age.
Is this going on YouTube?
Biggest fan.
Yeah,
Spotlight.
as you can tell, we love her.
Ariana is our idol.
She,
So.
love her.
I'll say idiotic things. Yeah.
I'd probably just stay there and just look at her and smile for about 3 minutes and really creep her out.
Since it's like that, well, I'll get sidetracked.
Every play we're always going to do a research. We're in the green room, we're like, like the horrors have been down here, or all kind of like. And there's like a nostalgia about that. Like, we sat in this room and everything's so normal and it's so clean, like it's just could have been open yesterday, but like you just think about all the people who have been in that room.
Oh yeah. As you kind of like become more kind of like professional about it, you take it a bit more seriously. It becomes less kind of big fan and more kind of you see him not obviously not unequal,
Yeah.
but you know, you understand them a bit more.
You kind of
and
want
it's
to meet
a bit
them.
much more respect, I think.
You kind of want to meet them on your own terms rather than like at a meet and greet. Get out of that mindset of like a hierarchy of bands. You went to John at Bessel. I remember you cried.
I did, yeah. I was on someone's shoulders.
Introduction. I am Sam.
What? No, wait. Who am I? Sam Henshaw. The biggest highlight for me is, I don't know, it's kind of small. We went to Park Life last week. It was being able to stand backstage. I was out in I did go out into the festival atmosphere, and it was just so many people and so much going on out there. And I was just like, backstage just seems a bit more calm. It's two very different vibes. I listen to quite a bit of music, a large variety. So I like this guy called Israel Houghton. He's like a worship leader / gospel singer. I think it's not that I wouldn't know how to do it now without social networking, but it'd be a lot harder, it'd be a lot more work. Putting the music out online and stuff like that, it all helped because of social networking. We wouldn't have reached a lot of people without it. So. Okay, I'm gonna use one example, One Direction as an example. I wouldn't say that community is, that the fans are a part of it because of the, I think it's definitely still about the music, but it's also about the artist. In cases it might be like people just want to be a part of that community, but I feel like a fan base, this might be offensive to some people, but a fan base can't be that fun for you to be like, oh, screw the artist, I'm joining this because, you know, it's a community. I genuinely think it's still got to do with the music.
I'm Ellis, I'm 20 years old, and I play bass.
To friend the weak, to feed the beast. Seize the thief, he lurks when you sleep. Commands begin, go for the win.
The music's changed a lot. I mean, when I was younger, I used to listen to like a lot more pop punk, a lot more like kind of a specific genre of music, but then getting into music myself and doing it as a career, like you're listening to different genres of music purely because you're working in that genre, or you're going to work in that genre, or you want to work in that genre. Odd experiences with bands, I sort of think. Weirdest would have been when I was on the Ellie Golden tour. The artist I was playing for, which is Chasing Grace, we were introduced on the last song by name. We finished the set and I got my name called out by a group of people in the crowd, and I didn't know if I should stop, talk to them, carry on with what I was doing, ignore them. So I kind of turned around and waved, carried on doing what I was doing. They continued sort of shouting my name and asking for a photograph. They were a bit touchy-feely, but it was alright. I can understand why people would be like that, but I think even when I was younger, I got excited when I met people, but it wasn't ever like to that extent. Social media has definitely helped sort of the growth of our fan base. It makes it a lot easier to kind of communicate, even just the tiniest little things, like what you're doing day to day, where you've been, like what you've got coming up, like either merch or new material or whatever. So definitely social media. I mean, we get messages from all over the world. Like our name House is actually written in German, so we get loads of German fans messaging us being like, oh, are you from German, or are you coming over to Germany, or talking to us in German. If there wasn't the separation between the two, I don't think necessarily that would affect how excited or, say, crazed a fan would get about an artist. Because at the end of the day, if you like something, having access to it, yes, does make you want it more, but I don't think it would change how you'd be if you got it.
What if you love a musician and go to all their concerts? Are you a stalker? Probably not, but somebody might call you that. I don't know. I think stalker is a harsh word. It's like hipster. Nobody's gonna say I'm a hipster. No one's gonna say I'm a stalker. It's more like that term other people give you. I think that some people, like, you know, allow themselves to have more compulsions and not be able to stop themselves and like really get into something. And some people are more emotional about it. Extreme people and less extreme people do the same kinds of things, just in different extremes.